This past year has seen a lot of development on the climate change issue. We now know that the climate is deteriorating even faster than scientists predicted in their 2007 studies. The polar ice cap is melting in front of our very eyes. Global warming is accelerating, and we now know that we have far less time to deal with this issue than we previously thought. This has led a number of governments to take these observations very seriously. And the economic crisis that we are now faced with has been an opportunity for a number of them to try and launch the economy on a new basis. For example, Japan has announced a $1 trillion program to relaunch their economy on a new green basis, which will create more than 2 million jobs and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. South Korea has also announced a $36 billion project for a green economy and to create 140,000 jobs, which is the equivalent of the entire 2009 Flaherty budget. Here in Canada, a contrary situation exists. On the one hand, we have a population that is increasingly aware of the problem and that is more and more taking action. Last year, Équiterre, with other organizations, either through the Cocktail Transport or the Défi Climat, managed to mobilize tens of thousands of people to act in their everyday life to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. On the other hand, while people are stepping up to the plate, the Canadian government incurred the wrath of the international community during the United Nations meeting in Poznan last December because of its outdated position. Back home, federal policies are resulting in a disinvestment in renewable energy like wind or even energy efficiency, while millions of dollars are being thrown at oil companies or the nuclear lobby in the disguise of green measures. In December 2009, Copenhagen will host the most important climate change conference since Kyoto in 1997, where governments are expected to take on new commitments to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. With the US under President Obama, the European Union, Japan, and other countries are on the verge of taking historic commitments, Canada's position will more and more look like the fossil of dinosaurs that have now disappeared. But it's not over yet. Equiterre, in collaboration with organizations in Quebec, Canada, and internationally, is working to ensure that Canada has a strong position in Copenhagen and that we come out of Copenhagen with the best possible international agreement to save the climate. And we will be vigilant until and at Copenhagen and beyond.